This is J. Krishnamurti's third discussion with students in Amsterdam in 1968.
So if I may ask, why has man throughout the world given so much importance to thought? Why do you or I give importance to thinking? Why? We're not saying we should not think, but why do we give it importance? No answer.
Because otherwise we cannot live our daily life.
Maybe because to bring up reference frames.
Different?
No, frames of reference.
Ah, frames of reference.
To bring more structure in all the things you live in.
What is thinking then?
Thinking of yourself.
Thinking?
Of yourself.
Yes, thinking of yourself. But what is thinking?
Making a model.
Making a?
A model.
Making a model. Now wait a minute. When we ask a question, what is thinking? What takes place? What's your reaction? What does that question set in motion?
Thought. It's thinking itself.
Imagination.
We want?
Imagination.
We ask, what is the distance between Amsterdam and Rotterdam? When you put that question, what operates?
The mind?
No, the mind, you say, just go into it a little bit.
Memory.
Indeed. I ask you, what's your name? And you reply immediately, don't you? Why?
You want to give the answer, the question.
No. I ask, what's your name? And you reply immediately, don't you? Which is, you are familiar with your name and you reply to it immediately. And I ask you, what's the distance between here and Paris? There's certain hesitation, isn't there? You take a little more time. You have to refer to something, to your knowledge, to your memory, to your ask somebody, right? Now we are asking, what is thinking?
Reaction upon an impression.
No, sir. Before that, what I'm asking you that question. What takes place? What's the operation that goes on?
The response of the past. What I have learned.
Inspire you.
What's that?
The spirit from the past inspire people and represent themselves by using their voice.
Do you know what thinking is?
To connect the parts of your knowledge.
You see.
Sir, if we think that we analyze the problem.
Wait, sir, we are analyzing it now. I'm asking myself, what is thinking?
It's a reaction of your senses. With recognition.
Trying to get back to not thinking.
Looking into yourself.
Not yet, sir.
To be then.
I'm glad we're all puzzled.
Try to get an answer.
Do you know what thinking is? Not how you think, what you think, or what you think about, but do you know what thinking is? How it comes into being?
Physiological stimulation.
Now, biological, physiological stimulation. You hear that question, what is thinking, and then you're stimulated. Now, what's the next step?
Cast them around in memory to see if you can remember what you know of it.
Yes, that is, you try to refer to some previous question or to some previous knowledge and reply according to that which you have learned or heard or thought about previously. Isn't it? Like, what's the distance between here and Paris? If you knew, you replied immediately. If you don't, there's a time interval between the question and the answer. And during that time interval, you begin to find out, search, ask. Then you reply. Here, when one asks, what is thinking? I really don't know the machinery of it. So I begin to fish around, look around, concern myself to find an answer. Isn't that thinking? So, thinking, isn't it, is the response of memory or experience or knowledge, right? It's the response of the past to a present challenge, right? You ask me if I'm a Hindu, if I'm an Indian, and I have got a memory of that, and I say yes or no. So thought is the response of the past accumulated knowledge, memory, or experience. That's clear, isn't it? Yes? So thought is something which is not of the present, though it operates in the present. No? Right? So thought operates having its root in the past. That's one thing. Then we said, what is love? Is love the product of thought? Or induced by thought? Or cultivated by thought? When I say I love you, is that statement, is that feeling the result of thought? The verbal expression of that is thought. Word is thought, no? So there's another question involved in it. Is there thinking? Is there thinking without word? Without imagination, without a symbol. And is love between man and woman, or between two human beings and so on, is that the result of a thought which cultivates a certain feeling and then I say I love you. So what do we mean by love? Let's begin that way again. What do we mean by love? What does it mean to you? Huh? Beg pardon?
To accept another.
To accept another.
You feel a unity.
Beg pardon?
You feel a unity.
You feel a unity. Go on, sir.
Share experiences.
Share a feeling together. Companionship. Intimate communication. A feeling of great intimacy. Both physical, sexual, and also perhaps psychological, inward. Would you call all that love? I'm not saying it is not. When man says, I love my country, I love my God, I love the hero, if you have heroes, and I hope you haven't any. I love an ideal. So what do we mean? What does that word mean to you?
To exist for someone or something.
To?
To exist for someone or something.
To exist for someone.
I didn't hear it.
To exist for someone else.
To exist for someone else.
Isn't it just an attachment to...
What's that?
Attachment to...
All right. Is love attachment? When I say I love you, in that there is an attachment, you say. And when that attachment is broken for various reasons, I am angry, I am jealous, I am annoyed, I am furious.
So that's
And when there is fury, anger, jealous, hate, is that love? But you say no. When I'm attached, dependent, hold another, sacrifice myself for another, and when the other turns away or turns against me, I hate. I'm furious. All that we call love, don't we?
You have to become above the hate, above that all.
Beg pardon?
You have to come above hate, above all.
Ah, no, that is much late. It's good to say that we must be above all that, but we're not.
Yes, but hate is love, but frustrated love.
Hate is love, but frustrated. Is it?
It's fear.
So to us, love is both hate, jealousy, anger, dependence, possession, domination. So we call that love, don't we?
Can we give?
We accept that as love.
Can we give
Beg
a
pardon?
word? Can we give a word for the feeling?
No, we're not talking about the word or the feeling. That is what we call love.
Is that so, sir? I wonder.
Huh?
I really wonder if that is so.
I don't know, but so this is what our human relationship is. I love you, and if you do anything which I don't like, I hate you.
Yes, but can we then say that love implies hate, that it's more or less the same?
I know, it's not a question of more or less the same.
Maybe I misunderstood you, I'm sorry, but...
No, so look, we must take things as they are. Not what we'd like them to be, or put them in a marvelous ideological language. But the fact is, when we say we love one another, all this is implied in it. Hate, anger, jealousy, possession, domination, being possessed, pleasure, companionship, all that is in that word. And I say to myself, is that love? When I know in it there is hate, is that love? And why am I or you attached to that person? Is attachment love? I love you and I'm attached to you. Why am I attached to you? I depend on you. Both physically, sexually, as a companion, psychologically. So I depend on you. So when I depend on you, I am afraid of losing you. Right? So I hold you. Which is legalized marriage and all the rest of it. And in that, there is pleasure, pain, anxiety, fear, all that is in that attachment. Right? And is that love? Or love can only exist when there is freedom from all that.
Maybe better to find a empirical definition or description of love instead
What?
of a concept in which you can find so many aspects you can totalize.
No, sir, we are saying the various aspects, facade, the various sides, parts, whatever you like to call it, of what we call love.
But why do we have to find a whole word for it?
No, but we are, and it's not finding a whole word for it, sir, But we are saying this is what is generally accepted traditionally as love. And I said, what, sir?
You want us to you say, yes, this is love, this you call love, but some way you inspire us to say, no, this is not love.
I don't inspire.
I got the impression.
No. I don't want to inspire or do propaganda or anything of that kind. I'm just stating facts for you to look, and if you want to look, look. If you don't look.
I think you're attached by something because you find the same things as you has. When you like a book, you can say, I like this because they're thinking what I want to think. But when you don't appreciate it, you hate it. But when you appreciate it, you love it, I think. Therefore, hate is what you don't depreciate in people, and love that you appreciate.
Yes, sir. I see that too. But I appreciate the quality that you have. I appreciate your good taste.
Yes, but not my bad taste, I think.
Wait. So I appreciate that which is good, and I hate that which is bad in you. So it becomes the same thing. So I hate you when you have bad taste. I hate you when you don't like the same book as I do.
No, but when the good things I like are more than the bad things, or that altogether my feelings, then you say I love you.
That is, when I like those things in you, then I say I love you. The liking augmented a little more. Surely, is all that we call love? Is that the way we love people? That is so, isn't it?
Maybe there's one more dimension, that you want to bring something forward out of your love. That you don't want to keep it like love, but have a product out of it. It's not the ultimate step.
So is that what we do? My Lord, how calculated we are. Huh? It's all based on a very cunning calculation, isn't it?
For instance, if you love people, you hope that you can bring unity in the world or something, or more happiness.
And if the people don't do what you want them to do, what happens? You kick them. That's all. So that goes on. This pattern is repeated, sir, throughout life. And this is what we call love. And I ask myself, is that really love? I'm not inspiring, I'm questioning you.
No.
Then what is love?
Freedom of all that.
I think.
Huh?
Freedom of all that.
Wait, it's freedom from all that. Wait, that's good enough to begin with. Huh? Now, can I be free from all that? I won't use the word love till I'm free from all that. Right? If I use that word, I am being dishonest. Because I know what is generally accepted as love contains all that. And I reject what society, tradition says. It's absurd. So, can I be free from all the other? And is it possible, follow this, sir, is it possible for me to be free of anger, to feel not, to have no jealousy when she or he turns away from me? When I'm not, when there is no dependence and all that, can I be free of all those activities? No? Wait. Huh?
It's not very human-like.
Is it human, sir? Wait, sir. Is it human to hate because she whom I love turns against me?
As long as we are not completely self-supporting, it is human-like to hate those people who withhold you your food, your drink.
I agree, sir. That is so. Not hate. I mean, look, sir. Why should I hate somebody who withholds food, clothes and shelter? Whole of Asia suffers from this. You follow? Poverty. There's a great deal of poverty in Europe and America, but in Asia it is something terrible. And that economic system is based on separative ideologies, right? India, as a country with its nationality, with its gods and all the rest of it, is a separative institution opposed to others. How do you That's a fact. So why hate? Why can't we all be united as human beings, not as Dutchman in English? You follow? As human beings, and see if all the world cannot be fed properly.
Some general idea of separateness which invades us.
That's right, sir. So nationality separate, religion separate.
Individuality.
Therefore, is it possible? That's because is it possible for a human being to be free of all that which we have described? If we are not free, I don't know what love is. And I won't use that word love if I'm not free of that.
There is no free will for love.
Beg pardon?
There is no free will for love.
If there is any free will for love.
Where does free will come into this? Is will ever free? No, so keep to. So now our question then is, why does jealousy or hate or fear exist at all?
It's a region of memory. It's a product of memory and of thinking.
Yes, product of memory, right? I have a picture of you whom I love. I have an image of you in my mind. And anything contrary to that image which I have about you, I don't like. And then I hate you. I don't know if you're following all this. And why should I have an image of you at all? So why, the question then is, why do we have formulas, concepts at all? I don't know if you... Why? Why do we have concepts and live according to concepts? And if we didn't, should we live like animals? You see, you're not...
If we throw everything away, we've said now.
Pardon?
If we throw everything away, fear, anger, love, then from past condition, from excuses you've made in your life for things you did wrong, you are naked. And from where do you get the fire to live then?
The question is, if you take away all these things which give you a certain amount of energy, a certain amount of fire, then where shall we have the energy to live at all? You understand the question, sir? Hate gives us a great deal of energy. Antagonism, fighting for an ideal. And if you remove all that, where shall I get the energy? So we are saying, through contradiction, through friction, through annoyance, dependence and all that, we get a certain kick, certain vitality, a certain energy. And if that goes, won't you have more energy? So a machine runs only properly when there is no friction, right? And in human relationship, there is always friction. And we thrive on this friction. It stimulates us. And this stimulation between the sexes, between human beings and all, gives us a great deal of enjoyment. And perhaps this is what we call love.
So it's striving for unity.
And no, sir, it's not a question of striving for unity. I will be united when I don't hate.
I think it's to pay attention to something or another one. That's love, I think.
Doing something for another?
No, to pay attention to.
Attentiveness.
Come on, Mera.
Pay attention to someone else is love.
Pay attention to someone else is love. Now, what does that mean? To attend, to pay attention.
It can also mean to pay attention to your enemy, that he don't want to kill you. So you well, in the meaning of this verse, of course.
No, sir, we're trying to understand what that word means. To give attention, to pay attention, to attend.
To establish a relationship between things.
To completely lose yourself.
Now, sir, wait a minute. To attend. Do you know, have you ever given attention to anything?
To make yourself accessible for something.
No, sir, I'm asked, have you given attention to anything?
To you?
To me? Wait a minute, are you attending to what I'm saying? You hope so. Now wait, madam, wait. Go slowly. What does it mean to give attention? How can I give attention? Please follow this. If my mind is thinking about something else and I'm talking to you, I can't. If my mind is thinking about wandering, I can't pay attention, right? Right? That's one factor. If I am prejudiced, I can't attend. If I have opinions, judgments, evaluations, comparisons. I can't attend, can I?
You can try.
And so I can attend only when there are no abstractions taking place, but only completely giving my heart and my mind to something. Right?
But giving your mind to something implies that maybe you have prejudice or
No, I am listening. I am not accepting or denying. I am just listening completely with my heart and my mind. Right?
You're empty then.
Huh?
So you're empty.
Don't verbalize it yet, sir. Do it. Let us find out and do it and see what takes place. Do we listen with complete attention? Or do we listen partially? Listen with opinion, saying, well, he's right in certain ways, he's wrong in certain ways. Translating, judging, evaluating, comparing what he's saying with what I already know. Will all that mean attention? Obviously not. So I can only listen with attention when I give myself completely to listen. Right? Right? You do it. Let's see what takes place. What takes place when you so completely listen? It doesn't matter, not only to the person speaking on the platform here, but to your politician, to your wife, to your husband, to everything. When you listen completely.
Then you don't listen, but you are seeing something, I think.
But madam.
I'm not listening then, but I see something or I don't see anything.
Just observance?
No, but first, please, before you self-observe, do anything, I'm asking, do you listen to anything at all that way?
Yes, when you're very interested in something, then you listen that way, I think.
Now, when you are interested in something, then you listen that way.
But then you have
Wait.
Then you have a judgment.
Wait, sir. Now, if you are interested in something, are you interested in anything? Then do go into it. Are you so completely interested in something that you listen with your whole mind and heart? Huh?
Then you are possessed.
No.
Then mind and emotion are quiet, and there's only awareness of what you see.
So you just theorize. Unfortunately, you don't do it. Sir, listen, sir. You listen to a man who says there is God, or there is no God. This is right and this is wrong. You must love your country. You must kill another. You must accept the established order. Listen to it. Listen to it completely. What takes place if you listen?
There's no me listening.
Your mind is quiet.
You see something.
There's always more involved than that.
Beg pardon?
There's always more involved than that.
I'm just taking that, sir. I'm just taking that as an example.
But it is not a real example, I think.
What?
There's always something more involved in it. I mean always.
Of Of course, there is always more, there is always something else involved. But to begin with, when I say, for instance, here I am, I'm asking if you can be free from jealousy. I'm taking that as an example. Can you listen to that completely? Huh?
You can.
You can't.
If your judgment about it, you want to answer it.
Yes, sir, but why can't you listen to it?
Well, you know
You
what
just
jealousy
can't hear
is.
it.
Huh?
You know what jealousy is, otherwise you can't be free of jealousy.
You know, sir, you know what jealousy is. Most of us know. Most of us know what jealousy is. And the question is asked whether you can be free of jealousy. Now, and listen to that question completely. You follow? With complete attention, which means with silence, with intensity, with clarity, right? All that is implied when you say, I will listen with complete attention. Now, the question is asked, why are you jealous? Why can't you be free of jealousy? That question is put to you. And when you listen to that question attentively, what takes place?
No answer.
You try to come out of it. You want to do something about it.
Aren't you out of it when you give complete attention to it? Aren't you free of jealousy when you give complete attention?
Well, what do you mean by complete?
I explained to you just now, sir.
Intensity and silence, but I don't grab.
Now, I'll tell you. I can give you the reasons, the cause, and explain how jealousy arises in human relationship. Do you want me to go to explain that? Do you want me to explain how it arises? Right. It arises first because I am attached to you. I want to possess you. Or I find that you give me tremendous satisfaction, that your person, your being, your companionship, sex, gives me tremendous feeling of reality, being with you, right? And you turn away against me. You turn away. Then I become anxious. Then I'm frightened. Then I'm lost. And I don't like that feeling. And that feeling is translated into fear, into jealousy. Now, you have heard the explanation. That's an ordinary, psychological, obvious explanation. Now, you have listened to it. When you listen to it casually, you say, well, but if you listen with complete attention, in the sense, attention, giving your attention to the explanation, seeing the truth of that explanation, then what takes place? Understanding. Well, all right, understanding. Then what? No, sir. Then what? When you understand a problem, right, you are free of that problem. Right?
Jealousy is finished.
You are finished with jealousy. In that, there is no effort involved at all. You do.
So are you saying that because I know why I'm jealous, there's no more jealousy?
No. I said when you give complete attention to the feeling that you have of which you call jealousy, and its causes, see the whole picture, and give complete your heart and mind to it, you're free of it. Huh?
I don't see that.
But that's the positive case. Some people will see it perhaps and will become very anxious because they know perhaps intuitively that they will never reach that. So that's the positive case which you were mentioning, I think.
There are lots of
there are
people,
also negative cases.
Lots of people who know absolutely that they're jealous, and they will explain to you in great detail how the whole thing works.
And
they're
they'll be
acutely
jealous.
aware of it, and they keep on being jealous.
Of course.
So it's not that they don't know they're jealous.
No, sir, they know they're jealous. They know the cause of jealousy. They can give you marvelous explanation why it should exist.
And why it exists, the anatomy of it.
Yes, the anatomy of it, why it exists. And also they will tell you why it should exist. Because otherwise there is no love.
That's tragical.
I know, most of us are that way. It may not be with regard to jealousy, but with regard to something else. So when I am aware of all that, aware in that sense, I give my attention. I'm not escaping, I'm not trying to find excuses. Then am I not free of jealousy?
No.
Huh? Why do you say no?
Because the next moment there can be jealousy again.
Is not time involved in it? I mean, in the picture you talk about,
Yes,
there
sir.
is a series of moments involved.
Yes, there's a series of moments involved. We'll come to that in a minute. I say, what did you say, sir?
So a moment later you're jealous again.
The moment later I'm jealous again. Which means what?
That you are no longer aware of
No,
the situation.
which means when you gave attention to the first feeling of jealousy, you did not completely understand it.
Does it mean that, sir?
Of course. Otherwise, sir, if you understand completely how to run a car, the whole mechanism of it, you're not frightened of it. You can put it together. And to put it together, you must give complete attention when you're looking at it.
Maybe it's the word concentration.
Huh?
It's the word concentration.
Now wait a minute. You see, you introduced the word concentration. Now have you ever tried to concentrate? Right, you have done it. What is implied in that? Now, wait, look, you are trying to concentrate on what I am talking about, right? Now, what takes place? You are excluding every other thought, aren't you? Huh? Which means you are resisting every other thought. So you have built a wall around yourself, psychologically as it were, and trying to concentrate on what is being said.
It's not wholly true because the way you're thinking is happening with the concepts you have got from experience, from the past.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that concentration?
No, I'm talking of what is concentration, the thing itself. When the school teacher says to the student, concentrate, what does he do? The boy is looking out of the window, enjoying himself, and he is forced to look at the book. He is forced, compelled to resist his desire to look out of the window. So resistance is part of concentration, right? And that is not attention. When you attend, there is no resistance at all. You are just listening to find out the truth of it. So, look, when you have a map before you of where you are going and study it very, very carefully, giving your complete attention to it, you will never make a mistake when you're on the road, will you? You will follow. So, when you give attention to the feeling of jealousy, will you fall back to jealousy again? You say yes. Huh?
If you like jealousy.
Of course, if you love jealousy, then you like it. Then you have a good time with it. But if you want to be out of that poisonous state, then you do something. Either resist it, and therefore it will return again. But if you look at it, study it, go into it thoroughly, the whole nature of it, will it ever return?
Yes, sir. Because jealousy is caused by certain circumstances. If the circumstances aren't changed, you may completely understand why and what jealousy is, but you still will remain jealous.
I can't help circumstances.
But you can change your circumstances too.
I may be able to.
I guess.
Well, you can persuade you can change your friends, you can change your wife if you want.
Quite right, sir. You can divorce, you can, quite right. I mean, this idea that we cannot change circumstances is absurd. You can walk out.
But you will become very alone, I think.
Therefore you have fear.
Yes.
If you can look at it, I don't think you're not afraid of coming back to it.
Come on.
If you're looking at it.
No, madam. We are trying to say, aren't we? We are studying the nature of jealousy. And when you have completely understood it, why should you go back to it?
Get rid of it.
Huh?
Get rid of it.
But you have got rid of it. When you understand something, it's no longer a problem.
When I understand why I need food and drink, I'm not yet liberated.
Of course not, sir.
No, it's the same thing with jealousy, I think.
No, why are?
I think the difficulty is that you say you must pay complete attention to jealousy, but we never did it before, so how we can get rid of it?
That's
We don't
right,
know
sir.
what it is.
That's all. We have not paid complete attention to anything. And that is the pity of it. We go to the office, we do everything with inattention, casual, get on with it. And so we say, I love you, and all the jealousy, anxiety, fear, everything is involved in it. And when the first jealousy arises, we don't say, look, let me look at it and get rid of it. Let's find out all about it. And so, to look at it is the greatest problem. I can only look when I don't name it. Right? What? No, sir. When I think about it, am I looking at it? Thinking being, do watch it, sir. Something out of the past. With the past eyes, I am looking at the present feeling. Present anger, present demand.
So you have to be loose of everything, which means empty.
No, by using that word empty, you're getting frightened of that word.
only not just only jealousy. How can I look at it?
No, madam. Look, let's begin round the other way. Can you look at a flower, a tree, with complete attention? Have you ever tried?
Yes, I think so. But it can. A quarter of an hour later, it's gone.
No, madam. You're not. It's gone. Have you looked at it?
Yes.
Please, will you try something? To look at your friend, or the tree, or look at me as you're sitting there, I'm sitting here, without any word, without any image, without any thought. Can you?
There are still thoughts coming.
So you are not looking, are you? Your mind is over there, wanders, speculates, judge. Huh?
Then you have no feeling at all. Then you are dead.
No, madam. Well, I'm just proposing something. Do look at it. Do it. You'll find out how extraordinarily difficult it is to look at something without word, without thought, without a name saying how beautiful, how ugly, I like, I don't like, it is good, it is bad. All that movement, without all that movement to look.
When I do that, I am like a cow.
Sir, when you do that, are you not also, when all this chattering is going on, like a machine, that's making tremendous lot of noise, how can you look?
I don't think you can, because your retina is related with your brain.
Of course, sir.
So you have to think.
No. Therefore, is it possible to quieten the brain to look?
Not when you are
Are you aware then if you're looking at it?
No, sir. First, you see, you're going too fast. You don't do it. You're merely speculating. Take a flower and look at it. Look at it without word. The old brain looks at everything with word, with thought, with judgment, and so on. Can that part of the old brain be quiet?
not when I'm concentrated on looking, then I can't look anymore.
No. So the question is, can the old brain be quiet in order to look, in order to listen?
No, then it's just the direction of the eyes, but you're not aware of you're looking at it.
Please do it. So it's one of the most difficult things to do first. Because the old brain is the conditioned brain, right? Conditioned by society, by the culture it lives in,
And by your inner self.
by yourself, by experience. It is conditioned. And that conditioned responds all the time. Like electric, those lights go around and around. It keeps responding. Can it be made quiet? Wait, sir. Watch it, sir. I've asked you now. Wait a minute. I've asked you a question. Can it become quiet?
Yes, what do you mean? Can it be made or can it become quiet?
Can it become? Can it become quiet? wait, don't translate it yet. This is a challenge, right? This is a question as a challenge to you, right? Now, how do you respond to that challenge? With your own brain? Huh? Wait, do listen quiet, 2 minutes, just. With your own brain? If you respond to that challenge with the with your own brain, you're not replying to the question. So when the challenge is great, your own mind becomes quiet. Right?
There your love is blind because we are blind then.
Come on.
He says then we are blind. So love is blind.
Oh no. Oh no, love, sir, don't let you see that we think we are by offering an opinion. Do please listen to this. We have the brain, which is the result of time, evolution. It is conditioned heavily by society, by religion, by the culture, by the food, and so on. Heavily conditioned. And that conditioned mind is responding all the time. It can be brainwashed and made to respond in a different form of conditioning. They do that by the Catholic, communists, and so on, so on. But one asks, can that old brain, which is so heavily conditioned, be quiet? And it is quiet when the challenge is very great. And every challenge is great. Only we don't pay any attention to it.
Yes, but it's great because of your mind. Because when you're Catholic, you think God is a great challenge for me. And then you say, oh, my mind is otherwise.
No, any challenge, it doesn't matter. Look, a challenge that there is no God. And my conditioned brain says, I've been brought up to believe and all that. I said, there is God. Can I listen to your statement that there is no God with complete attention, which is not to let the old brain operate? And so when you look at a flower, can you look at it with the old brain quiet?
What you want to name, what is looking at?
First, there is the visual look with the eyes. Then there is the mental look. The mental look is the conditioned look. The visual look is controlled or given a certain quality of limited quality by the mind. Now, when the limited quality of the conditioned brain doesn't operate, there is a totally different kind of look. Because when we look, there is the space between the observer and the thing observed.
The eye of the observer, because the observer is not involved.
No, sir. When I look at when there is a look at a tree with the old brain, the old brain being the knowledge, the experience, if all that, there is a space, isn't there? You haven't gone into it.
The eye itself is also conditioned by evolution. It sees something, it doesn't see another thing.
Yes, sir, quite right.
The eye of the dog maybe sees...
Of course. But the eye, our human eye, is more or less, is of course conditioned, but we are taking a special case of looking at a tree. And when I look at that tree with all the knowledge, with thought, then it is a conditioned look. Can I look at that? Is there a possibility of looking at that tree without that conditioning? That's my question.
Well, let's suppose that it is possible.
There's no supposition.
But I think let us suppose, and you can tell us what it is, if it exists, and then we can control and say if it exists in fact or not.
You see, sir, first of all, it's fairly easy to look at a tree, but can you look at yourself without conditioned brain? Can you look at your wife, your friend, freely? You can't.
But I'm supposing that you are thinking that I can.
I am not saying you can or cannot. I'm just stating a fact. Find out.
Sir, what do you mean by mutation?
Mutation is this, sir. When the old conditioned brain is quiet.
Sir, why is it possible only for one moment, but then the thoughts goes on again?
That is very simple, isn't it? Because that one moment you give an attention and the next moment you are inattentive. So we started out to find out what thinking is and what love is. We said now that thought is always old, right? And never free. Right? And if love is the product of thought, love is never new. Right? Love is death. Love is something old, finished. And is love that? Huh? No. Therefore, love is something that is not contaminated or touched by thought. Which means love is not jealousy. Love is not hate.
But then you can't bring it in words.
Huh?
Then you can't bring it in words.
You can't put it into words. Wait, you can't put it into words. But the feeling is entirely different when there is no hate, when there is no jealousy.
So does it really exist in the world?
Huh?
Does it really exist in the world, in this world?
Does it really exist, what, sir?
Love.
Find out, sir.
I think it does.
You see, sir, that's what I mean. You see, we are always speculating. We are always living in a formula. We don't find out. And it's only when we are young,
So what? Yeah.
to find out.
Many people have tried it their whole life to find it out.
Huh?
But they found out for other forms.
Quite right, sir.
Maybe you also now.
Yeah.
Why not? I may be. It doesn't matter what I am. It matters is what you are.
Or maybe we can't come out of it. Maybe we can't escape.
Then live in it.
Yeah, well, I do.
And then good luck.
So, what do you mean by the word mind? Because in Dutch you don't have a good explanation for that word.
So what we mean by mind is everything, isn't it? In it, everything is contained. Both jealousy, anxiety, fear, is the whole quality of it. But so look, let's depend on descriptions, explanations. You look up a dictionary and it will tell you exactly what it is. But that's, so look, sir, what we are trying to do, isn't it, when we are talking things over, to do it, not merely speculate. Because otherwise, we live in a dreadful world. What?
You didn't hear your words. Dreadful.
Dreadful world. In a brutal world, whatever you like to call it. Right, sir, that's enough.
Can you give one way to escape that brutal world?
What, sir?
Which is the way to escape that brutal world?
How can we escape from living in that dreadful world?
By not being jealous. By not pursuing, all the rest of the man pursues. So we must be the small minority that create a new world.
He does not pursue food and drink.
Oh yes. We'll have our food and clothes and shelter. What, sir?
Maybe that's the core of the problem. Maybe all love and hate is based on the fact that some people, as my mother at first gave me to do things, and other does withhold it.
All right, sir. If food, clothes, and shelter is the main issue in life, then let's abolish all nationalities, have one government for the whole of mankind, not ideological governments, purely government run by the computer, not by politicians, not by the priests. Let's do it then.
But the computer thinks.
Huh?
But the computer thinks.
She says a computer thinks.
Of course it does think. But it thinks much better than any of us do. Because it doesn't bring personality, anxiety. It says this is so. You can feed the whole of mankind, computer says, if you all get together. But we don't get together because you are a capitalist, I'm a communist. I want the solution of poverty in my way and you want it your way.
And it is not true. There is not enough food.
Sir, I believe, sir, they say anything is possible if we put all our energies together. So, sir, please, we can go on speculating on this. And this is only possible to feed mankind, to unite mankind when politicians don't run it. When you and I have no nationalities. Oh. You see, you say yes, but we're going to be... So only when we are young we can be revolutionary. Not bloody revolutionaries, but psychologically revolutionary. And then there probably, if the minority is that, you'll produce a different world altogether.
So can we
therefore discuss the next time the actions which
Yes,
we
sir.
undertake from that state of love, which and which not.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Next time, which is when? Next Thursday.
Next Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Next Thursday at 5 o'clock, right, sir.